Hello, good morning. My name is Paul-Esupofo. I'm here again. Today is going to be wonderful. Today is going to be awesome. And wherever you are joining us from, I want to appreciate all the calls, all the text messages, all the encouragements. And I must confess, I'm so delighted in receiving from many of us, those who are watching outside especially. I've been watching outside Nigeria especially. I'm so much happy. And those who have been watching Nigeria, I'm so happy. The pastors, the brethren, a lot of people encouraging, and quite a number of scholars who are also watching. I want to appreciate you all. So you can tell us where you're watching from. Mention it, share the button with your friends and family, invite friends, subscribe. So it always alerts you when I am online. And I want to appreciate you because gradually we are moving to a very closing thing. Yesterday, I thought I would finish the history, but a lot of questions were asked yesterday. Some questions were asked yesterday, rather. Some questions were asked yesterday, which I said tomorrow in the evening, by the grace of God, I'm going to dedicate it to explain over again and even deeper things that I have to go into. I have to mention people's name whose life have touched Nigeria, because without those people, if I don't mention those names, uh, it's not going to be balanced. It's not going to be balanced. I need to mention them. I forgot some names yesterday. I need to mention them tomorrow by the grace of God in the evening time. By the grace of God in the evening time, we will be doing the because of the program we have tomorrow. So we'll be doing that. This morning we are talking about aesthetics of stagecraft and stage terminologies. Aesthetics of stagecraft and stage terminologies, and all these things are. I'm so happy because this morning, we're going to have part one. We're going to have part one. We're going to have part one this right now because of the Yoruba class. So we'll move to that venue. We'll have the part two, which I will show us some little practical, not too deep, about stage management. So I will just talk about it now. I will talk about it now, and I will also explain. So thank you very much. As wherever you are watching from, please feel free to share your name, mention where you're watching from, and we will appreciate you inviting your friends and families, your drama group members. And even after this, if it's not live again and you are watching and it's no longer live, please still share with your people. Quite a number of encouragement have been received since we have started. Today is the last day of this month. Tomorrow is October, and we started 5th of this month. And we thank God for the awesome encouragement, powerful questions, and all that. So I want to go to what I have this morning, and I'm going to break it into pieces by the grace of God. I'm going to be breaking into pieces by the grace of God. And the aesthetics. It is largely said that beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and people want to see, people want to behold because of the icon, because of many things attached that reveals the person. So the beauty, what is the aesthetics? Aesthetics basically means the study of beauty, a type of experience. The arts criticism involved philosophy, psychology, sociology of the heart. Okay, what are the things that make it geography? You see a lot of things that are involved. So this morning I'm going to be talking on that beauty, the aesthetics of stagecraft. Many of us have left the stage. Many of us felt the film thing. We're still going to get to the film thing. Like I said, I will do as much as possible, and even anytime I have the privilege to be live to show us some theatrical, like I showed us when I was in. I didn't mention the school intentionally at that time. I was in Redeemers University Theater, where I showed the video. One of the videos you can see that clip in one of the videos when I was talking about the stage management and all that. So I will be talking about stagecraft today, and then stagecraft. I will not go too deep into the stagecraft because it's so large, but I will also go to a bit of the the basic things we need for now. The basic things we need for now, for many of us who minister around in churches, and I told us it's majorly proscenium stage. Now, that is, and I've explained the stage. A stage is what is a stage? Well, let me quickly say craft now, because I've explained the aesthetics. Aesthetics is a beauty, and we have a dramatic aesthetics, we have artistic production, we have with artistic production involved how do you put your drama, your poetry, your prose, the colors, the textures, the props, the costumes, the lighting, the music and dance. How do you manage it? The rhythm and tempo. When you talk about texture, you're talking about mood. You're talking about tempo and pacing. How it's being done. Oh, 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 oh. Now, is it? Oh, what does that? No, no, that's not the way. Okay. Oh, oh, now that's about music and dance and all that. The beauty, the costume, the colors. My background, the colors, the movement. What are the movement? Those are the things that bring about the heart. Those are the things people want to watch: the movement, the artistic production, the colors, the texture, and the one people want to see. Okay, what are those things? And this thing varies. Beauty varies from taste to taste, from our perception and the way we appreciate things. I may see something, I may not appreciate it. You may see something and you appreciate it. It's all about perceptions. It's all about what do I feel. The beauty of drama is from the texture quality of the text. You understand? Some people, when they describe it, you picture it. And I told us, paint things more. When you paint it, it becomes a very glorious thing. And like I said, the craft simply means skill. The craft means skill. And I'm even seeing something which I'm going to talk a bit later, maybe later. The graft and craft. Oh God, the graft and craft and of the heart. The graft and craft of the heart. When you engrave it, it enters the people. And you can hold on to people, and you see a lot of beauty, you see a lot of manifestation, you see a lot of things that people will like. The skillfulness that you use to embellish what you are presenting. It's like one wants to make a food. If the food is going to be sweet, it's not just putting pepper and all that there. You have a skill. That is why we have some people, they say the good cook. The good cook is not just a good cook who just put maggi and everything together. He knows the steps. He knows when to put oil. He knows when to put salt. He knows when to put the ingredient or condiment to make it sweeten, so that when people are eating it, they will say, wow, I love this. I appreciate this. So that is one of them. Stage. What is stage? Stage is a raised platform from the floor which performers or entertainers or actors or speakers perform. Now, I've mentioned it quickly again. There are six major types of stage. We have proscenium or picture frame stage. We have arena. I'm going to be showing us in part 2 the picture frame, the proscenium. We have the arena stage or theater in the run. We have the truss stage or open theater. We have amphitheater, and we have a black box or studio. And the final one is created or found space. Where you can create and all that. And those are the things that we have to understand. Number 1, proscenium or picture frame. Number 2, arena stage or stage in the run, circumcidient. The next one is truss or open stage. Then the next one is the amphitheater. The next one is the black box or studio. And the last one is created or found space. Now, when you look at this, the best way to talk about stagecraft is so much, but I would narrow it down to stage management. Because when you're talking about stage management, is the practice of organizing, planning, coordinating a theatrical production. And it encompasses a lot of people. A lot of people are involved because you have to put a lot of personnel, various personnels, between director, the backstage crew, the production, the stage manager. The stage manager is, when you're talking about stage management, is a subdiscipline of the stagecraft, which I'm laying my own emphasis this morning. Now, when you have a stage management, definitely you must have a stage manager. So the stage manager serves very close to the director. In fact, if you have a good stage manager, you have a good work as a director. Your work is easier because the stage manager is the one who has overall responsibility for stage management. He has done the plan work, the floor plan, everything. Okay, stage management, we then move to this place, and some of us will be thinking, oh, why do I need this as a Christian? You need it. Even if you're not going to follow everything 100%, but you have the knowledge that you know how to move, you know how to do some things. And like I said, I'm going to how do I call it? I'm going to show you brief practical today by the grace of God, because I also discovered that a lot of things are there, because you need to understand the salorama. You need to understand the demarcation between the backstage and the front stage. Another thing is that where is the curtain is going to be hung? We're going to put the curtain here from this place to this place. Okay, what and what and what? So a stage manager assists the director in coordinating the production. A stage manager serves as a liaison officer between the director and the set manager, because under him they have a lot of people is going to be working. The carpenters, the sculptors. I'm telling you, I am looking forward one day. I have been able to enjoy one last year, and I'm at a church in Ibadan here. I can mention it, Harvest House Christian Center. I was privileged to be called upon to help to give a technical assistance, and I was so much happy with the construction. We have to bring a carpenter, we have to bring a set designer, we have to bring this one, bring that one, we have to bring a creative artist who will write on it, do a lot of things. I was so much happy. Because one of the things is that the stage manager also is responsible for every backstage activity. I have to tell them, let's create it this way, move this way, cover it this way. A lot of teamwork, because actually teamwork and all that. So setting the stage, you must know, okay, what are the playing area behind the proscenium? There is a proscenium arc. The opening place is a proscenium arc. No, the audience sits in one place looking into the action. No, now that will also help us to know when you are doing that thing, when it's divided. I will show us by the grace of God. When you're doing that, you also discover that there is a stage division on that proscenium. So there is a stage division. Okay, those are the things that bring the beauty and say, wow, this is wonderful. These people are powerful. It's the beauty. In production you need planning, rehearsal, and presentation. The planning, rehearsal, and presentation, because the planning involves, okay, what the script is are we acting? What script are we presenting at this time? What exactly are we doing at this time? So you do your planning before you now start the rehearsal and all that, which I'm going to talk about later. Now, the stage division, the stage geography. Understand the geography of that stage. Okay, where is the upstage? Where is the downstage? What are these all about? Why is that? The role of the stage manager is to make sure that the rehearsal keep the rehearsal focus. It keep the track of all actors' movement. It's known as blocking. Because the director is giving something, stage manager is head. Everything is there because he knows where you will touch, and you don't touch wire and you don't have electric shock. You know where they are cover things and they are managed. Because that day we saw a place we cover for Ashake. Ashake was the title of that drama. The way we covered, we discovered that I have to go there and discover that the place is not strong enough. So we advise, please don't go towards this place. So please keep off from this place so that you don't the drama will not just cause a problem and people will be distracted. and was awesome light and awesome thing, because one of the aesthetics is the light. One of the aesthetics is the light, the lighting. The lighting is also it beautifies the color, the texture. Like I said, the lighting, I've mentioned it, and I just remember again that for the very first time, apart from the theater, in a church where I see spotlight being used, spotlight, and I was behind the console to see. I was like, wow. So I was using it with a colleague there, Tui, and I was so happy because I was enjoying myself. Okay, I was enjoying the beauty, and a lot of people can testify that they enjoyed the presentation. This is a church program, not theatrical production alone. It's a church program, and come and see. People were blessed, lives were touched. In fact, one of the people that prayed to receive Christ that night was a daughter of a renowned person in Ibadan here, a renowned Elijah in Ibadan, and to the glory of God, she's waxing stronger. So I was so excited that at the end of all this paparazzi, lives and souls is the most important. All right, don't get yourself out of that. Life is more important. Now go back to the state division. We have what we call the upstage. This is the portion closer to Salurama, and that's an upstage because that's the backstage. And I told you that backstage, Salurama, the backstage, and all that differentiates from the on stage. Now, then we have the upstage right. And let me quickly tell you in a simple way. This stage division is divided into 3, and each of the 3 is divided into 3. We have the left, we have the right, we have the center. So each of those divisions is divided into 3 each, making 9. So that's a simple mathematics about it. That's a simple arithmetic about it. That's a simple way you can get it. The stage is divided into 3 basically, and each of the 3 is divided into 3. So we have the left, we have the right, we have the center. So now let's go to the one. We have the upstage left. Upstage left is the right of the artist at the upstage. Is the right of artist at the upstage. And we have upstage center, which is the upstage, which is the center. We have the center of the stage. We also have the left portion, which is close to Salurama. We also have the center stage. This is the center portion of the stage, the middle of the stage. That's the center. Then we have we have the center stage center. Many times people just call it center, right? So this is the art of the stage. That's the art of the stage. Some people, so different people, different scholars call it different name, but don't bother yourself. I will show us briefly of those things. Then we also have what we call downstage. Downstage is the portion of stage to the orchestra pit. This is close to the orchestra pit. And we have downstage center, which is portion of the downstage. We have the downstage right, which is the right of the artist. And we also have the downstage left, with the portion of right side of the artist. And we have what we call orchestra pit. And what is this orchestra pit? Orchestra pit is the portion of the hall separating the stage from the auditorium, separating the stage from the auditorium. And from that orchestra pit, they can do a lot of special effects. Oh God, they can do a lot of them. People go with the singers, the ensembles, the soloists can be there and be doing some things to back up what is going on stage. We have the wings to side of the stage. We have flats, which these are the flat or moderately wide planks placed vertically on at the wings of the stage, and it's adjustable. It's adjustable. You can adjust it. That we are sitting, reducing, enlarging the stage sideways to taste on. You have auditorium, which is the member of the audience. We sit down to watch your action, or sometimes people call it the show. All right. So the basic thing I said, we have the downstage, upstage, stage right, stage center, and all that, stage left, and all that. Then we have a cross. Then other aspect of the stagecraft is this. Before I go to stage terminologies, you are free to ask your question and your contributions and all that. Before I go to the other areas, we have other area of stagecraft, which is stage fright. Now, the stage fright, you need to manage the stage fright. It has happened to me several times, I must confess, especially if I'm going for the first scene. My voice will be shaking. In fact, I was watching live thing of creative art yesterday on NTA. I was watching it and I saw something very, 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 very challenging when one of the one representing is it the fashion, before the fashion, her voice was shaking. That was a stage fright. Her voice was shaking throughout when she was doing presentation. Let me get to that place when she was talking, and a bit talking about Hollywood. He talk about natural building, a potential building, and talk about fine art gallery. When the woman that was talking about fine art gallery, immediately she was given a microphone. There was a tension, serious tension of being up. She was nervous. It's natural. It's not a bad thing. So when you are nervous, you breathe in, you breathe out. That's the techniques. You breathe in, you breathe out. Then for me, I used to shake my leg. I'll just be shaking like this. I'm breathing in, I'm breathing out, just to make sure I get my momentum. Because if you speak like that, people will know you are afraid. You see, what I'm saying is that as a director, don't demonstrate. I keep on telling people, if you're a director, don't demonstrate things for people. We're still going to that. We're going to reach to that place. So don't be going to say because it's nervous and be say, if you do it this way, if you do it this way, you move like this. No. If you do that, you will get the creativity. In fact, you may forget your lines. Several times that's happened to me on stage. I forgot my lines, and I've told them during rehearsal, anytime I forget my lines, because I've done it for them before, I will say something that is not in my line to remind them of what they need to say next. And they say, "Whoa, have you gotten that thing?" Then I remember my lines. You understand? That is why before you go on stage, you need to train yourself. Then how do you overcome the stage fright? Number one, rehearse very well. Number two, relax. And that's why you have a green room. In every theater, in a standard professional theater, you always have a green room. So when we go to terminology, I'm going to talk about that. Look at people's overhead. Just look at overhead. Look straight. Look at people's faces if you can, but if you cannot, look at their heads. Just look at their heads. Then number four, at the backstage, have a warm water. You can just take a warm water to calm you down, to cool you down. It will be of help. Serious help. Do we get it now? It's going to be a serious help to you. Now, let's see that. With that, we have what we call another one. We have what we call stage fight. Stage fight is another means of stagecraft. Stage fight, you choreograph it. If you cannot do it, bring stunt, stage stunt, like we have a film stunt. You can bring professionals who are choreographer directors, who are choreographers, professional choreographers, to teach you where to punch so that it will not affect the other person. This one is better done on practical, that you can see, because when you do it, you do 1, 2, 3, then 4. You turn yourself. It's a fight. You know how to do it. You have told yourself, you turn me to the right 1, you turn me to the left 2, then the 3, the 4th one, I will carry you up and I will drop you down. It's that simple. It's that simple. That's the truth. It's that simple. So if you are moving from one state to another, you must have a synergy. And be careful. Don't wound yourself. Like one of the classes we had, maybe I will look for a way of posting the video. I will look for a way of posting that video. One of the classes we had, as the brother wanted to carry the brother and the other person, and he fell. And in fact, and you have to avoid what I call stage accident. Serious, you must be very careful about stage accident, because it could be destroying, it could be distracting. So you must be careful. You must have the stage precautions. So because if you are doing real presentation, you have to be careful that what you are doing is correct. What you're doing is correct. So we have a lot of things that bring the craft, the beauty, the aesthetics of stage, that bring the beauty into the stage production. In fact, stage production is sweet because there is no take 1, take 2, take 3. No, once you make a mistake, once you make your mistake, everybody is saying it. You get it now? And let me quickly chip in something. Because you are doing stage drama does not limit you from being broadcast. All your stage drama can be recorded and well packaged. These are the things that some of us have done in the time past. As far as 1997, if I'm not exaggerating, as far as 1997, I've had people from Lagos, drama minister from Lagos, they will gather themselves in a silent place. They will go and shoot their stage drama. They will put curtain and they will put it together and they will edit it. So we need those things. That God has given us a television station, the Mount Zion television station. God has given us that television station, and I know other television station will still come up and all that. But at least what God has given us for now, let's give content. Let's give content. Or don't waste your stage drama. Record it with that phone. Record it. Tomorrow we're going to be hearing something like that because it's going to be live by the grace of God. All things being equal by the grace of God. Now let's go to state terminologies. Why am I talking about this morning? I look at some things that individual, the taste for individuals is very, very different. What affects me psychologically may not affect somebody psychologically. Somebody goes, if I talk to him like that, he'll look at me and sit down there. Some people will be crying when you shout like that. Some people just smile and they will cry. You are crying, you are smiling at me. Am I doing something wrong? So you have to understand the psychology of people and look at one thing. Then please don't try to satisfy people, but do things right. Once you do things right, leave satisfaction to individual. Like I said at the beginning, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and everything has to do with icon. If I like you, if you have a particular, like a Joke Silva now, if the articulation, the pronunciation, oh wow. Like Stella Otoibi, when she pronounced word, you will appreciate it like doing Azan. When they pronounce word, okay, you want to see, the beauty of language, not only in your costume, not only your props. Some people have a props, they have a costume, but when they say something out, oh Jesus Christ. And those are the things that I want us to know this morning. The nature of what we do, it has zero tolerance for ugly things. He has zero tolerance for ugly things. That's why even when I'm doing the live broadcast, I want to see where it's beautiful. I want to see the background. If you see the way I give issues, okay, let me do this. Let's do this. Okay, this one is not. I don't like. Okay, so we have to look for a way. Okay, let's see something that is beautiful, something that is full of aesthetics. You understand? The things that will prepare people to want to see, and don't only see, they will also enjoy. Do we get it now? Let's go to state terminologies. Many of us in drama ministry, we may be thinking, okay, do I need this thing? You need it because you don't know where God is taking you to. If you find yourself among Warner's Brothers, what will you do? Or you see Warner's Brothers Theater, what do? You find yourself there. You don't even know what stage left or whatever. They just, and you have been in drama ministry for 20 years. You have been going for stage for 20 years. You have been on stage for 20 years. You need to know it. Do you get it? You need to know it. It's something that is inevitable. It's something that is inevitable. You must know it. You must understand the terminologies. You cannot be a medical doctor without not knowing the medical terms. So these are our own state terms. And I used to say every profession have their state and have their own jargons, their own terminologies, which ordinary men we call jargons. All right. So they are not really jargons, but they are just their own terms. All right. Now, state terminology refers to technical words and phrases to be used or being used to describe various things that goes on stage and theater hall. You understand? So you must understand it. There's so many of such jargons, but only few I will mention this morning because of the time. Like I told you about Yoruba class. By the grace of God, we're going to be broadcasting a particular Yoruba class this morning. That is going to be in Yoruba. By the grace of God, I'm going to be broadcasting that one live with also the practical. We know we're going to do the practical, like I promised us. So the first thing is, do you know what they call cast? Do you know what they call audition? Do you know what they call casting? So what is auditioning? Auditioning is testing you for a suitable for the process of testing you for a suitable role of actors or actress. Okay, are you suitable? Are you appropriate for that role or not? Then you have, after you have been auditioned, then after being auditioned, then they can do the casting. They can answer, they are giving you a role. So casting and audition are two different things. I think I've explained this, but I'm just giving you a brief of it. Then cast list. What is cast list? Last list where they have all the final list of actors who are going to feature on that stage. Then we have what they call rehearsers. Rehearsers. In fact, I have to know how to pronounce the rehearsers very well, not rehearser. You know, it's my own kind of speech pathology which I'm working on. It's not rehearser, it's rehearser. So, rehearsal is a technical word used for preparation for production in theater. It's equivalent for training, vigorous like in sports. In sports, in practice, even when you're in choir, you think they're going for choir rehearsal and all that. So it's not peculiar to theater. It's what you do before the time. You practice instead of, some people use a practice and let's go for practice. But well, the appropriate word is rehearsal. Now we have what we call dress rehearsal. We have a tech rehearsal when you have to come in the real costume you want to use for that presentation and all that. And I want to appreciate these people in Badagry, Amsterdam in Badagry, Amsterdam in Lagos, Amsterdam in Badon. I want to, even on your state, I want to appreciate what you are doing. You are doing a great work. I'm following. Sometimes I see those posts. I'm encouraged. I'm just happy. And many of you have watched the reflectors of Daystar. When they have to bring they have to bring a real tricycle into the church. When they have the great filling pump and everybody was queuing to buy fuel scarcity inside the church. That's a theatrical production. That's the church. If you are going to this thing, even if you are not privileged to have a proscenium stage, whatever stage you have, even if you are doing it in altar, even if you are doing your stage presentation in altar, like Winners Chapel, you must understand the move of the stage and you can create something to do it. All right. Now, we have what we call stage blockings. Stage blockings means working the movement. We move from this place to this place. You mark this place. Okay, don't go beyond this place and all that. They have what we call stage direction. Stage direction is similar to the one I just mentioned. It's the guidelines given to actors and actresses on stage. Please, when you say this line, you turn. So when you turn at this time, then you say it again. You move out as if you are going out. Then you come back. As you come back, you release the last line. Then you move out. So then we have what we call geography and choreography. Choreography is the type of step, especially if you are doing dance. You must learn the steps. And let me quickly confess something. Anytime I remember, it's so painful that my late father knows how to dance 21 steps of dance, which I never learned. I look at it, I may be so religious. I think I was so religious at that time that because I was so close to him, I would have asked him a lot of questions and all that. But unfortunately for me, I was so much religious. I don't want to know anything about that. Oh, what is it used for? Is it masquerade they are using it for? I don't want to know. If I have even known, I would have applied to use it. But unfortunately, 3 years after, I was given a role that has to do with that dance in Esiajuji. I was like, wow, this is so strange. This is so strange. I said, wow, this is so strange. I said, Jesus, help me. And I had to manipulate myself to be in the role, but nothing. I couldn't. I couldn't be in the role. I couldn't. So please, whatever you know, in fact, recently somebody was asking me, one of our students was saying, hey, somebody want to teach me how to beat bata. I said, please, bro, better go and learn it. Learn it. Know how to do it. So that we'll not be looking for people. Because the generation that knows how to do this thing will soon pass. Almost everybody is now 70 years. All the ministers, all the present old-time ministers we know, they are 70, 62, 60 something. Now, in the next 10 years, many of them, what happened? We don't say they are going to die, but many of them may not be as active as I am. They cannot jump around, they cannot do a lot of things around, but